Hi friends, welcome back. This is Miss Graham, and today we're going to be talking about Math Mountains. But before we get into Math Mountains, we can't discuss them without talking about our mysterious friends that live on Math Mountain, and their names are the Roller Families. Dun dun dun! Well, what makes the Roller Family so mysterious is because they like playing on Math Mountain, and when they go out and play, we never know what we're going to get from the roller families. So they start out sometimes in small numbers. So if we were starting out with the number, say, 7, okay? So we have 7 up here at the top of our mountain, and some of our roller families rode down the mountain or rode up the mountain, and then some of them rode down the mountain. Well, because we don't know how many of the roller families rolled down, we know they started out as 7, and the number at the top represents our whole number. So we know they started out as 7, and some of them went up the mountain, and some of them came down the mountain. But in order to find out exactly how many came down the mountain, we have to think about this a second. Okay, so we know our whole number or our total number up here at the top represents the number of roller families that came out to play. So let's see how many we have on this side of the mountain that went up. And that's going to help us to figure out how many of the roller families came back down. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5 of our roller families on the left side of the mountain. And we had a total of 7. So that means we're still missing some. So we have to keep counting. So we know we have 5 on this side, but we need to find out how many of the roller families came down on this side. So we keep counting from the number 5. So we had 5, 6, 7, because ultimately we're trying to reach that whole or that total number at the top. So we started out at 7. We seen that we had 5 roller families that went up the mountain and some more that went down, but we had to figure out what that some more was. So we figured out that it was 2. Okay, so we figured out that it was 2 that came down. So when dealing with the Math Mountain, it gives us more than one thing. That's the fun fact, and that's the fun thing about working with Math Mountains, because it can also show us the relationship or the partners between numbers. And that's what those numbers on the right and to your left are called. They're called partner numbers. So partner numbers are the 2 numbers that you have that make up your total number that is up at the top. It is the total number that you're trying to reach when dealing with your roller families. So again, the top number is your total or your whole number, and the numbers to the left and the right are going to be your partner numbers, which are the numbers that we're trying to meet to represent that whole number. So this number can change, but so will these. So each roller family that comes out, depending on how many comes out and starts to play, will determine what our partner numbers are at the bottom. So we'll try another. So we're going to erase our numbers that we have in here, because I hear the rest of the roller families talking and playing back there, just waiting on their turn to pop out and play. So we're going to see how many of them come out next. And we have the number 9 for our whole number or our total number. So we have to see how many of the roller families rolled up the mountain and how many came back down. All right, so now that they're finished playing, we see that we have 1, 2, 3, 4 of our roller families that went up the left side of the mountain. But we still don't know how many of the roller family went down. But we do know that our whole number, our total number, is the number 9. So that's the number that we're trying to reach. So since we know we have 4, we have to keep counting from 4 until we get to the number 9. But we have to do it on the other side because that's where the other roller families are coming out to play, and they're trying to hide from us. So we got to figure out how many of them that we have left. So we start with 4 because we know we have 4 on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're trying to reach our total, which is 9. So we continue counting. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So now that we finish counting, we need to count up how many of our roller families that we had that rolled down the right side of the mountain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we know that our second partner number will be the number 5. So again, the number on the left and the number on the right are called your partner numbers. And your partner numbers, when added together, make up your total, which is the number at the top of the mountain. Now there's many ways that we can do your math mountain. You can draw the diagram for those of you that like to build or use manipulatives. You can build your math mountain as such. You can take your little frogs on a log and you can get your number. So we'll just change this number here. And we can start the process over. We can always say that our number is 5. And I'll hold that down just as soon as we get it all completed. So how many came out to play? Let's see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. And these work especially well when you're dealing with students that have to have something in their hand in order to visualize the concept or the skill, or to even stay focused for the duration of the lesson, like myself. So we know we have 5 roller families on the left side, and we're trying to figure out how many came down the right side, knowing that our total number is the number 5. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 on the left side, and we're trying to reach the number 5. So we have to continue counting from the 4 that we had on the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we know that only 1 roller family came down the right side of the mountain. So our partner numbers would be 4 and 1. See that? There we go. 4 and 1. And again, there's many different things that you can use. My friends were sitting home with a multitude of manipulatives to make sure that they could have extra practice with these skills and these strategies. So parents, grandparents, sisters, brothers, help them out. Help them out with these skills. And that's why we do the videos, so that you are aware of the math talk and math language that they will need during testing. So it's not just about always getting the right answer. It's being able to explain using that math language, that math vocabulary. So again, this is called a Math Mountain, and it works wonderfully when you get into adding and subtracting. And the fun thing about it is, when they're doing the Math Mountain, half the time they don't even know that they're adding and subtracting. They think that they are building numbers, taking numbers apart, and things of that nature. So it makes it a whole lot easier when you're introducing um, those terms like addition and subtraction and finding the sum. So it just, when you can have something, a foundation to relate them back to, letting them know, okay, we've been doing this all along, it makes the transition into those more difficult skills much easier. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Thank you.